with part one, which I call the organized part. And it's essentially 3 parts. Let's take a look at, if you've already downloaded the PDF, go ahead and pull that up now. And it essentially says when you want to see a project through to the point where it creates meaningful results. So that's really the important part. It's not really about organizing everything well, it's about getting a specific measurable result and something that means something to you and the companies that you're trying to help. It is recommended that you look at it and think about it in 3 distinct phases. And so the phases of project management for us in our company are essentially like this, and this is the way that I like to explain it to people. Imagine that you're faced with a specific project or scenario in which you have to get from this side of the cliff to this side of the cliff, and you've never done that before. And I always tell people, if you're going to create a big result, you might as well make it big rather than, set the bar low, because nothing ever big got created with, small mind or small thinking. So let's assume that these cliffs are rather large and we've never made this leap of faith before. So we're standing over here going, well, we need to create these results for clients, whether that's help them earn 23% more revenue this year or whatever it is you're looking for. This leap represents getting from one side to the other. So part one of that, and it's a 3-part process, part one of that, if you're going to make this jump, you're going to have to first organize yourself. And that's sort of where agile begins. Organize to me means many things, not the least of which is, if you've never done it before, find somebody that has, and take their advice and guidance and system and organize it in a way that makes sense, okay? Then jump, right? Because what we try to do in life is we try to aim, and people never seem to begin. They're always like, well, I'm going to write that book when I have everything in place, or I'm going to launch this project when everything is right or everything is perfect. And what I've learned in life is that never actually happens. Are you with me on that one? I mean, a lot of people wait for things to happen in order to make measurable change. And that's why in That's Ambitious, we're ready, fire, and then aim. And that's really what this is about. It's about organizing ourselves to the best of our ability and then taking that initial leap of faith. Only until you launch and jump can you begin to optimize based on measurable benchmarks. One of the things that I'll do today when it comes to putting a project together, I'll talk about perhaps getting a landing page online and all the elements of that landing page. And the whole purpose of it is to buy traffic to it. Well, you really can't learn anything. You can't optimize a system until it's in play. Am I making myself clear on that? It's like, well, let's make the landing page perfect. Let's choose the perfect set of keywords. Let's write the perfect ads for Google Ads. Let's get all of the things in place, and then when we launch it, it's going to be amazing. I can tell you from experience, that never happens. You can't learn anything until you have the thing in play. What do people actually look for versus what you think they look for? What do people do on the landing page versus what you think they're supposed to do? So unless you're paying attention to specific measuring sticks and benchmarks, you won't be able to organize yourself properly. And then eventually, once you've got that in place, now that information becomes transferable to other projects and other clients. And that's what we call, what's the word, please? Customize. Until you've put a project in, organized yourself, put it in play, optimized results, you can't begin to even think about customizing something to make it even more results orientated or getting greater results out of your system. So that's part one of today. It's organize, optimize, customize. Remember, if you have any comments or questions, please write them in the chat area and we will handle them as they come in. Let's move on to part two now. And again, I think we could probably dive deeper into all the elements of this now, but as the process unfolds, as we go through all 4 parts of today's course, these will become far more obvious.